Today we will be cleaning an EGR on a 2007 to 2009 Mercedes-Dodge Freightliner Sprinter 2500 and 3500. Alright, this is the location of the EGR. You'll notice that I've got 4 bolts missing right here. And these are like reverse Torx. I don't know what the correct term is for these. But what I'm using for these is actually a 12.8 socket. It, as you can see, fits perfect in there. So I recommend using that to get that out if you do not have the proper tool. Also for access, remove this reverse Torx bit right here on the oil neck, and it will swing out like such, so you can gain access to these bolts. It's going to be these 2 clamps on this hose and this hose, just 1 clamp each. Just use a pliers or vice grip or something, pull those up, and when you pop out the hose, there will be some coolant that will pour out. Just as a heads up, do it when the system is not hot. When you pull those off, there's 1 clip. Let's see if I can get you an angle. Right there. It's just a press fit on the outside. And then you will be wiggling your way to get this out. Alright, next grab some brake cleaner. You will see this is your EGR. Should spring back freely. Ours is pretty good, but we're going to clean it out anyway. You're just going to spray throughout here and inside of here. And if you see all that black soot just dripping out of there. And do it when it's open, closed, etc. Next, old toothbrush or some kind of brush, and you're going to want to clean all that buildup off of this, inside and out. If you can reach it, clean it out. Try to get at different percentages of closed and open, etc. When it's all done, it should look nice and new like this. Should freely spin back into position. And it's ready for reinstall. Alright, there is an EGR gasket. Inspect that, make sure it's all good, clean it up from any debris, etc. And as well as the surface over here. Just make sure that that's cleaned up and everything before you put it on. So I'm about to do that now. Alright, you can see we got this cleaned up. Got the surface all cleaned up, some brake clean. The gasket will go on. Let's hope I get it right first try. Like that. This will be orientated so that the clip will be over here. It should slide mostly down. Make sure you double check the tightness on all of them. Kind of use a star pattern like you would a set of wheels. And just inspect to make sure that everything looks correct. We'll then plug back in the EGR valve, again making sure that it's clean. Now that that's secured, we'll put back in the coolant hose. What I use is a vice grip, so you can use anything that works for you. That's easy. Alright, we'll make sure that these are clamped correctly and on the right spot. And then the last thing we have to do is rotate your filler neck. Alright, then the last thing is, because you did lose some coolant, just double check your coolant overflow. Make sure that you're still within the min to max range. After you drive, just check it again because it might burp out a little bit. But just make sure that you are between this minimum line down here and the max. As you can see, we are, so we don't need to add any more coolant. And that's how you successfully clean an EGR valve.